as anywhere else in the world. I say it because I'm a Muslim, because I get guidance from that man, Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. They don't teach that in the Fletcher School of Diplomacy. No. They don't teach that at the Graduate Institute of International Studies in Geneva, Switzerland, where I was myself a doctoral student. A third and a last stage will witness the emergence of a third and a last ruling state. That is around the corner. If Iran is attacked, for example, which is possible. If nuclear weapons are used, for example, which is possible. You see the price of oil skyrocketing. You see the price of gold skyrocketing. But as bankers, you would know, it's not the price of oil going up, you dum-dum. It's not the price of gold going up, you dum-dum. It's the US dollar falling. Bankers would know that. Not just falling, it's the US dollar collapsing. Not just collapsing, but as Judy Shelton wrote in her book, Money Meltdown, she published that book about 6-7 years ago. She said it's going to be a money meltdown. An important scholar in international monetary economics, Judy Shelton, prophesying a money meltdown. When that money meltdown takes place, the US dollar collapses, this entire fraudulent, what's the word for fraudulent again? Penny Puan. This Penny Puan Kabir. This big Penny Puan. This entire fraudulent international monetary system will collapse. I expect that as the US dollar collapses, there's going to be a stampede away from paper money. You may want to think about that. And of course, when I make these, give these opinions of mine, remember, only Allah does not make mistakes. There's going to be a stampede away from paper money. People are going to be dumping their paper quickly so they don't have to use it as wallpaper. And that would facilitate the replacement of this international monetary system with a new one that you bankers are already familiar with, namely electronic money. If paper money was fraudulent, Penny Puan Kabir, then electronic money is Penny Puan even more Kabir. As the United States declines, the economy collapses, and electronic money takes over, the state of Israel will then replace the United States as the ruling state in the world. That's coming. You remember me when it happens. And when Israel becomes a new ruling state in the world, the Judeo-Christian alliance, which brought modern Western civilization into being, the Judeo-Christian alliance which gave us the United Nations organization and the permanent members with their veto powers, and the United States casting the veto again and again and again and again to protect Israel. The United Nations organization will be redundant. They don't need it anymore. They've already used it for what they wanted. The International Monetary Fund has already been used for what they needed it for. No more paper money. They don't need that anymore. And so a new world is coming. It is such a frightful world that one mind cannot understand it. I need your help. We have to bring a number of minds together to understand what's going to happen when paper money collapses. It is like a financial Armageddon that's around the corner. While, of course, we, scholars of Islam, drinking tea tariq. It would be helpful if we would take a step back and examine this process. Study it from my book, Jerusalem and the Quran. When Israel becomes the ruling state in the world, then eventually a man will emerge as the ruler of Israel. He will be born of Jewish parents, said the Prophet ﷺ. He will be a young man, powerfully built with curly hair, and ruling the world from Jerusalem, he's going to declare, I am the Messiah. No, he would not be the Messiah. He would be the false Messiah. He would be Dajjal. That's coming. He is the mastermind. He is the mastermind behind the emergence of this mysterious alliance in Europe, this Jewish-Christian alliance. He is the mastermind behind the institutions which have created political dictatorship, the United Nations Organization, economic dictatorship, the World Bank, financial dictatorship, the IMF. And so we go back to Bretton Woods, and we take the Bretton Woods Treaty and we read it, as most people have not read it. Even most bankers have not read it, the Bretton Woods Agreement. And we go to the Articles of Agreement of the IMF and we study it, as most people have not, even bankers have not studied it. When we go to the Bretton Woods Agreement, we see that they decided no